AutoShow fans, by this time most of you have probably watched the North American International AutoShow video, so I hope you enjoyed that very much. It was a great time over there. I'm here with a guest. I am here with Jon Rosenthall. Jon, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Jon, I'm going to allow him to introduce his position at the AutoShow so you guys can find out a little bit more about what Jon does. So why don't you tell us what part you play in the AutoShow?
Okay, my position with the AutoShow is the Cruise National Event Supervisor, and I'm also the General Sales Associate, and I do all the vendor sales and exhibitor sales for the AutoShow.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't exactly familiar with Cruise Nationals, what I'm going to get you to do is just kind of do a run through of, kind of tell us what Cruise Nationals is about, what it represents in its presence at the show.
Yeah, Cruise Nationals was created, and the father of Cruise Nationals, of course, is Tom Tonks, the AutoShow General Manager. We saw an opportunity to celebrate car cruises as opposed to boat cruises.
Okay, so what is a cruise, just in case?
A cruise is a location in a parking lot of a Canadian Tire or a shopping center, usually after the stores are closed, where hot rodders, classic car owners would gather, and they would spend 2 or 3 hours. This is usually any day of the week after 6 o'clock, after they finish work. And on the weekends, sometimes they'll start as early as 4, and they typically run until dusk. So we saw that this was populated by owners of classic cars, which range in value anywhere from $5,000 up to $250,000. And these fellows would bring their cars with other like enthusiasts and just share the camaraderie of a classic car. As far as the AutoShow goes, we saw that the AutoShow has features from year to year, and we do classic car features. But this we saw as a year-to-year event, and to do that, we enlisted the assistance of in this particular year 10 car cruises who have become what we consider regional cruise organizers, and they in each one of those cruises would host a cruise, and during July they have car shows which are for the Cruise Nationals event.
Okay, now is this within Ontario, or?
This is, well, Cruise Nationals, the name denotes national. A problem with that is logistics. Getting these winners to the AutoShow would be virtually impossible from anything other than areas of Southern Ontario.
Okay, so now
I
went to what was it in the summertime at Banshell Park?
The Cruise National season finale.
Okay, now I went to the season finale and I got a chance to see a lot of these vehicles. I'm wondering now both you and Tom judge this?
We don't judge this, we select.
Okay, now what is your selection process? I mean, there's a ton of different cars there. What are some of kind of your clipboard checkoffs that make somebody a finalist?
Let me scroll back a bit and give you an idea where those cars came from.
Okay.
The number of vehicles that came to the season finale, there were 60. And they came from the car shows that these cruise organizers hosted for us in July. Each cruise selects 6 vehicles.
Okay.
And those vehicles then assemble at the C&E at the season finale, which he attended. Tom and I then have to pick the 10 vehicles that appear at the actual AutoShow. These are the vehicles that are on display at the AutoShow, and they further compete for another level, which we'll get into in a little bit. But we picked them from a certain formula. We would have 2 hot rods, 2 muscle cars, 2 graffiti cars, 2 restored classics, 2 trucks, and that gets between 8 and 10 vehicles. We also have to make sure that we don't, and we did this once, we looked at our selection, and they're all red. So we can't have a red car display.
Okay.
So we also have to watch out that we get a proper color selection.
Now just to back up, what do you classify a graffiti car?
Graffiti car would be a 56 Thunderbird.
Okay. And what makes that where does that term? I'm
well,
thinking of the old movie with Ron Howard, so I'm
it goes back to the movie American Graffiti.
Okay.
And you look at the vehicles there; they were 56 Thunderbirds. There were 55 Chevrolets, 57 Chevrolet convertibles. That type.
What I was going to ask you too is that what is the year spectrum I mean, are we seeing things from the early, like, are we seeing things as early back as the 1920s possibly, or is that?
Could possibly.
Okay.
I mean, we have our cutoff year is 1975.
Okay, so that's, okay.
Anything 1975 and older is out.
Okay.
Domestic or foreign.
Okay. Cool. And so the top 10 are picked. They're on display at the Auto Show, which we also have photos of. For you guys that want to check out our top 10s for 2010,
and
make sure you get to take a look.
Vote. You have until February 5th.
Okay, and you can see them whereabouts on the Auto Show floor area, are they?
They will be on the 800 level in what we call the swing space, which is right beside the food concession.
Okay, so before we finish up with Cruise Nationals, tell me how they can vote.
Okay.
You mentioned there's a voting process, so that's important.
Yes. The methodology is you go to AutoShow.ca, click on the features icon, go down to it'll drop down to Cruise Nationals, click on that, and it'll take you right
Okay, and you can see all the photos, all that kind of
All 10
information.
vehicles are there. There's 3 photos per vehicle plus a description of the equipment and engine and so forth, and where the car is from and the owner's name.
Cool. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move on to Centrestage, because some of you had some questions about Centrestage that I couldn't answer right away. Luckily, we had the right guy here to ask. Jon Rosenthall looks after a lot of that kind of information and the booking and setting all that kind of stuff up. So, John, for people that don't know what Centrestage is, can you tell us a little bit what we should be expecting here, or?
Centrestage has been a feature of the Auto Show for many, many years now. However, in the past, we were in the Rogers Center, and it was Centrestage was actually a zone area. Because we are now on the lower level of the North Building, it's going to be a little bit more contained. However, the entertainment is going to be fabulous. We're going to have for the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to have a 7-foot chrome robot.
Okay, because people have asked
dancing
about
around,
this.
and
So,
he's going to be just awesome.
okay, so is there just one robot, or is this a group?
Well, no, there's a robot and a dog.
A robot and a dog.
Little
Okay.
mechanical dog.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if it barks, but I wouldn't want it to give me a bite.
Okay. Okay. What other kind of stuff's going on? You were mentioning some stuff about some DJs, some breakdancing.
Yeah, the
some
DJ host for the event will be Subliminal. He's been with us before, and this guy's fantastic. And he does amazing things with his mouth and a microphone.
Okay.
In addition, there will be some fashion shows. There will be breakdancing. There will be street flipping.
Okay. You mentioned acrobats as well.
Acrobats,
Okay.
and there's the one fellow, I think, David Ing, who's our coordinator with this, says this fellow will stand in front of you and flip and flip and flip and flip and flip. And if you haven't tossed your cookies by the time he's through, you're pretty good.
Okay. All right, so if these guys want to find out where all this stuff's going to be at the show, where can they head to?
Yeah, they head to, well, basically when you come to the show, if you're coming to the show and you're entering through the North Building, you will be guided to the lower level to buy your tickets. And from there, you'll be directed into the exhibit area, and the first door that you enter, will be the Centrestage area.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that just about wraps us up. Hopefully that provided some information. I know you guys had some questions about Centrestage, so I think John gave a pretty descriptive outlook on what's going to be down there, as well as Cruise Nationals. Don't forget to vote for your favorite, like John said, at AutoShow.ca, features, and then Cruise Nationals. All right, John, it was great having you here. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Kyle.
And we'll talk to you guys real soon. Take care.